Hello besties, welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be reading your 5-star reads, and I'm so excited because I want to get out of this reading slump. I'm still in a rut when it comes to reading. Like, I am reading, but I'm not reading as much as I used to, and it's really killing me. It's killing me. I feel like I need to pick up the pace. I need to get to read other people's favorite books so that maybe it would just like click in my brain that I need to find the right book to be able to get me out of this lump. So I did went and asked over on my Instagram threads. I even went over on TikTok to ask for your favorite 5-star reads, and I did get a couple that I'm really interested. I did get books that I've read before, so obviously I'm not going to be reading those in this vlog, but the first one that I'm going to be reading, and I do have physically in front of me because I did want to get that book today because I just needed to have it. When I read the description, I was like, I need to read that. That is Blood of Hercules, and we're basically following our female main character, and she is Hercules. She has the power of an elite, and she has to go into this academy to learn how to wield her powers and kind of be a badass. And apparently it's supposed to also be funny and have some sort of like comedy aspect to it, which I'm really excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this book, and then once I'm finished this book, my thoughts, my rating, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the second book. I do want to say thank you to Emily for wanting me to read this book. She did also mention Lights Out and Butcher and Blackbird, but those I have already read, and I do really enjoy both of them. But the one that I didn't was Blood of Hercules, which was the last one that she mentioned. And when I tell you that if you have not read the description for this book, I think that you should go ahead and go to Goodreads right now and try to read it, because the first thing that Goodreads has for this book, I just have to go ahead and look it up, because the first like sentence of this book is that it is supposed to be a sarcastically funny dark fantasy romance. And that, to me, I was like, when I read that, I was like, I've never read anything that was supposed to be sarcastically funny and a dark romance at once. So let's go ahead and jump right into reading this book. Hi friends, it's been a few days since I last spoke to you guys. I have an update on Blood of Hercules. I am really enjoying this book so much. I have learned so much more about Greek mythology reading this book. Not like everything in detail of everything, obviously the whole entire Greek mythology, but we are following a lot of Greek mythology things on here. This is supposed to be a darker, funny-ish, fantasy romance. We also get multiple POVs. We get obviously our main character, which is Alexis, but we also get Augustus, which Augustus is the professor her professor. You guys know how I feel about professor and student romances. And for what I can tell, Augustus is someone that is really intrigued by Alexis, her female main character, and Alexis is also kind of getting these feelings of confusion with what's going on and attraction to Augustus. Augustus is really trying to keep her and protect her because Augustus is a pro-woman guy, and he thinks that women shouldn't be allowed in this academy where you obviously will get tested. There's obviously going to be a lot of physical challenges. So I can see where his protection can be sweet and romantic, but also women can do a lot, and Alexis is someone that's capable of doing everything that she gets her mind to. And so we do get Augustus' point of view. We also get Karan, I believe that's his name. He says it funny. Again, this is supposed to be a comedy-ish fantasy dark romance, so there are a lot of humor things happening in this book, which I am absolutely enjoying. I am gonna go ahead and finish this book today because I'm on page 317, and this is supposed to only be what, 500 pages. So I am going to go ahead and finish this book today. I don't know if I'm going to come back tonight and give you guys an update on this, but I am going to go ahead and pick my second book, because as soon as I'm finished this, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the second one that you guys picked as your 5-star read. And I wanted to go with something a little bit different. I have some sort of romance fantasy here, so I wanted to go with like a different genre. So I am picking The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I have seen and heard about this book before. I just never knew that someone would consider it their 5-star read. I do have a couple 5-star reads that are mystery thriller, but I believe I've heard mixed reviews about this book. Someone commented and said that that was their 5-star read, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one up as soon as I'm done with this one. But again, I will come back when I have finished this book. I have been power cleaning the house, but I have a final update on Blood of Hercules. I absolutely loved this book. However, I am giving it a 4.5 star. Not quite a 5-star, just because of the whole entire Greek mythology. Again, I am not a Greek mythology girly, so like all the books that are out there I would read, but I'm not like 100%. I would need to get a little bit more familiar with everything and like all the gods and all of that. But I really did enjoy how this turned into kind of like a love triangle-ish. The ending was also really interesting, so I'm excited. I would definitely pick up number 2. And I did mention The Paris Apartment. I did start to listen to this when I was cleaning, because I'm resetting the entire house. I have still my Valentine's Day decor, as you can see by my fridge. I still need to clean. I was cleaning the bathroom. I'm just like cleaning throughout the day, and so I started listening to The Paris Apartment, which so far really creepy, really freaking creepy, but I am enjoying it. It's something that I've never like. I love thriller and suspenseful things, but I don't pick them up as often, which is why I decided to go with this comment and pick it up. And so far we are following our main character, Alexis, and she is looking for her brother. She went into his apartment in Paris. She got there, he wasn't there. And so she's basically discovering like and seeing what's happened to him. Like, is he missing? Is he not missing? The people in the apartment are starting to act a little weird. And she's like picking up clues and trying to find out what's happening there. But the people in the apartment, we do get multiple POVs. We get a POV of this girl, this young woman who is really interested in her brother. We also get the POV of the manager, I guess, of the apartments. And then we also get a friend of Ben, which Ben is the brother's POV. So far we're following those 4 POVs. So far, I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I have a guess, because apparently her brother is a writer, like a fiction writer, and he loves fiction. So I'm wondering if all of this is sort of like, I don't know, if he set this up, you know, like I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously I haven't read, like I'm in the middle of reading it. So I'm wondering if he spoiled like if he's trying to do all this for the purpose of writing. I don't know. Like his sister's kind of like, you know, she's been through a lot. They have been through a lot, so she doesn't want to call the cops. I don't know. It's like a whole thing. But so far, I'm intrigued. Like I need to know what's happening. Like, is he missing? Is he not missing? Did someone, you know, unalive him? Like I need to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading The Paris Apartment while I clean up this house, and I will come back when I am done to see what our rating is. So far, no 5 stars for me, but again, Blood of Hercules was a close 5. The Paris Apartment, I don't know, it's really hard for me to give thrillers or suspense like 5 stars. The only ones that I've given 5 stars to is like Frida McFadden. She's the queen of thrillers, so I don't know what I'm gonna rate this book. It depends all in the shocking of it, or if I did end up guessing the ending, then it wouldn't be a 5 star because I guessed it. I don't know, like I like to be shocked. Anyways, I will come back when I have another update for The Paris Apartment. Hi besties, we have an update. I am having my bloom and having a little rice cake snack, but we have dived into a little bit more of The Paris Apartment. Now, how am I feeling about this book? I don't know. It is a mind F of a book, if that makes sense. We are following so many POVs, I think 4 or 5 so far right now. Jess is the sister, which hers, I'm just like so confused. Like, why is she trusting so many people? Why hasn't she like just put aside her own problems to try and find her brother? It's like beside myself that she still hasn't done that. And then she's trusting the brother's friend who they had a falling out a while ago, and so she's trusting him to translate because obviously she's in Paris and she doesn't like trust the cops because of something that she ran away from in London where she's from. So I don't know, it's like a whole confusing thing. I don't know, like I'm trying to think and see. I needed this. I'm trying to figure out like what the hell is happening in this book. Like, who did what? Is the brother really, you know, gone? Is he just hiding out? Do they keep him? Like, what's going on with this apartment complex? Like, everyone in this apartment complex seems to be mysterious, seems to be hiding something, and everyone that lives here is either in trouble of some sort, rich, really rich, and so the sister's still trying to figure out what's happening, but she's so much of a F up, if you know what I mean, that like I think that she's just like overlooking absolutely everything. My camera's gonna die soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the book and I'll come back with my final thoughts. It's been a few days, besties, and I have an update on The Paris Apartment. I finished reading that about a day ago or so. Let me tell you, that was something. I have not read anything like that before. It was the most like weird book ever. How I can see sort of how it was someone's like 5-star read, but at the same time I was really confused. We were following 5 different POVs. It ended up being something completely different than what I thought it was, so I was completely wrong. So I give it points for that. Now my rating, as I sit here with it, my rating is kind of like everywhere. Like I'm all over the place with the rating of this book. Like I'm trying to figure out whether it's a 3.5, whether it's a 3.75. So I think I'm just gonna go with the 3.5. It was enjoyable and it kept me interested. Like it kept me going. It kept me like wanting to know more because every POV just sounded suspicious, other than the sister that was obviously in the apartment. But everything else just sounded like more confusing, more crazy. Everything just sounded like what is going on, what is happening. Some of the POVs were like so annoying, and I was trying to figure it out for myself before even the ending was like coming, but I just couldn't. And was it a thriller mystery? Obviously it was, but like I don't know, it was like if you have read this book, you know what I mean. Like, you know, leave it in the comments if you know what I'm feeling right now. It was like one of those books that is like weird. It was like the weirdest book ever that you can think of. And that was what that book was. It was weird. But at the same time, I feel like that is what a good thriller suspense book was. And it was more suspenseful than anything because you never know who to trust. You didn't know who did what. And it was also shocking. And the plot twists were like crazy. The sister was a little bit annoying. Like, I wanted her to just like go to the police, do what you have to do for your brother. But then she was also like she was also like, she had her like monsters, like she had her mystery to it. But was she even like, what she did in London, where, you know, she came from and escaped from, like, wasn't even that bad in my opinion for her to not have gone to the police sooner, I think. I don't know. It was just like so confusing. And I was like, what is happening here? The ending was like, okay, sort of. I was gonna continue with this vlog and I was gonna see if I read another book, but I do have another video that I'm doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out the video here. If you made it to the end of this vlog, thank you so much for sticking around, for watching the vlog, for supporting, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.